Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Salt Mines. Last week, we got a little bit dark. Things went a little bit savage and crazy with people wishing way too much death and destruction on other people's families and that sort of things. But this time, we don't even get to finish an intro. Okay, we're straight into it. On the right side of the map, we've got You Would Lose, the red Terran player, who's starting off with the Protoss trash comment before anything has happened in the game. The opponent is Krippenstein on the left side, who says, are you serious? I think being implied from that laughter, enjoy your free points, you effing piece of shit, says You Would Lose. Oh, Krippenstein's like, I'm not even good with Protoss, mate. It's fine. Oh, I'm sure you'll do fine. I'm not that good, mate. It's all good. You know, You Would Lose. I actually would have been cheering for him because just as I was doing that intro, I was about to intro the player and I was like, oh, look, he's got the War Pigs decal. That's what we used for my team in the War Chest Team League, where the casters got to, you know, I got to draft a bunch of awesome players. We had several when we played in that, and he almost single-handedly won the whole team league for us. I've played 0 good Protoss players today and haven't won a game. You just make one unit and win. The game is broken. Which one? Krippenstein says, anyone. They're all better than mine. Krippenstein's like, I'm asking for a friend, of course. Which unit is it? Normally I think zealots when someone says that. So I thought You Would Lose would have a very specific complaint, like battle cruisers or mass zealots. Two kind of common complaints. Did I say battle cruisers? Protoss don't have battle cruisers, Pig. You're getting your races confused, mate. But yeah, what? Mass zealots, Colossus, Storm, Disruptors. Pretty much the splash damage trio. Any of those people do get very upset by. I'd say Storm is the one people probably get most upset by. Especially because that shreds bio so darned quickly. Either way, we can tell that You Would Lose is coming into this with a bit of a negative mindset. And I got to tell you guys, I think we can learn something from You Would Lose attitude. If you're going into the game saying, I haven't played any good Protoss players, and yet they all still beat me, I think what you're really missing is just the fact that you're having bad luck that day. Look, it's not because they're actually playing better than you or outplaying you and there's things you could improve. It's purely just bad luck. And I think a lot of people make the mistake there of trying to be like, oh no, I can take responsibility. I could play better. I make my own luck. But You Would Lose, I think, has ascended to the next level and has said, no, that's not the case. It has been bad luck and bad Protoss players basically just beating me because their race is Imba and they all just build one unit and that's it. And what is that one unit? Well, it's the unit they decide to build. And some people would say that's circular logic, but I would say circular logic can literally never be wrong because it's circular. It's a circle. It's beautiful. Beautiful Reaper micro there as well. You'll notice that managed to not kill a single probe and achieve next to nothing. Also lost the Reaper before getting to see the tech, so not knowing that it's a Twilight Robo follow-up. Unfortunate for You Would Lose. My eyes are glued to You Would Lose build order at this point, which, by the way, is not too bad. There's a bunker, mules dropping, factory building Widow Mines, a starport. Very early to start the depots, but you know what? Getting Gary on the depots early is not the end of the world. Meanwhile, Krippenstein's Twilight and Robo are pretty darn late. There is an Adept and a Stalker. Looks like they're going to go across the map for a little pokey poke. Can't do much against a bunker, but maybe could shade past and harass a little bit. And just chronoing probes, but not really a great economic position for the Protoss player. When the Terran's only one worker behind, it tells you the Terran has had a smoother opening. Here we go, though. That Adept coming on in there. Uh-oh. Okay, Krippenstein doing some harassment. No response just yet from the Terran player. The Adept manages to kill an SCV there. And the Marines are now coming down. Krippenstein's going to try to get out of there. Spreads the attacks across a few of those and does run that Adept out of there. But can that Shade actually get deep enough? Oh, Shade's right next to the bunker. The Adept goes down. That's not very good. Blink is on the way. And 4 gateways. So this is going to be a 4-gate Blink assault. No doubt we'll see a Prism start up with the next 250 minerals. Yeah, you can see Krippenstein's clicked on it. So Warp Prism. And normally you want to hit at about 5 minutes with about 8 to 10 Stalkers. And usually you just want to assault the ledge. You can try to kill the bunker if there's no tank on the low ground to open up that angle. But you've got this huge area to work with the assault. Luckily for You Would Lose, they're building tanks. If they just keep building Marines and tanks and they leave one tank siege there and then they get another tank siege on the natural, they're basically unkillable. But they are going for a 3rd command center, which is very greedy. And they're building a lot of harassment units. They've gone a Widow Mine drop and a Liberator, which good for doing damage to the Protoss player behind it. Not very good for actually keeping yourself alive, though. We'll see how it goes. There's only, what, 3 Stalkers in total? And only one of them here on the natural. You would lose is about to go in with this Widow Mine drop. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, my lord. Oh, drops it really far back. That's a really weird Widow Mine drop placement. Only gets a single probe. Good pull by Kripkenstein. And does pull back and is like, oh, pretends to go towards the main and then unloads the other Widow Mine. Oh, very well done, actually. And only one probe there. Sick micro, though. Saving both Widow Mines hides that drop, and they can go home and macro up. But you can see, oh, a bit of disarray here. The tanks aren't sieged. Floating 1,300 minerals. They're sending a Liberator across, but oh no, it's flying right through the Stalkers. Okay, it does go off to the left side, which is very good, but those Stalkers are going to blink in. It's only 6 Stalkers here. Of course, that Widow Mine drop keeping a lot of Stalkers pinned at home, but that also cost the Terran player some units. Oh, that tank's going to go down. Hot pickup micro on the Stalker. Kripkenstein pulling off some advanced maneuvers there. Only lost 1 Stalker for a tank there. I think picked off 1 or 2 Marines as well. So that's actually a very successful move. Unfortunately for Kripkenstein. Oh, Kripkenstein's handling Widow Mine drops while warping in Stalkers from the front. This is amazing handling for, I mean, I don't know what level we're watching. 90 APM for the Terran, 215 for the Protoss, but this Protoss player is actually doing pro shit right now. That's how I would describe what Kripkenstein's doing. Oh, there's a tank in the open. The tanks still aren't siege. You would lose is just F2A moving the army around. Just select all armying and moving it around. These Stalkers are getting a little bit cornered between these units, but they're actually doing all right, and there's only 3 Marines in that bunker. Most of the Stalkers get out. He still only lost 3 Stalkers. And as the tank count lowers, You Would Lose needs to siege these tanks up again, but production has 1,900 minerals floating and is still microing Widow Mines, which, yes, that Widow Mine has some kills now. You've actually killed 11 probes in total, which is cute, but it's more important to survive. Why would you micro a Widow Mine drop when you've got almost 2,000 minerals in the bank? You gotta spend your money. The tank's still not sieging. Oh no. Oh no, You Would Lose. Try to come down and fight this. The Stalkers, though, they're blinking back. The weak ones pulling back these units and then even blinking forward to punish the siege tank. This is actually really advanced micro and multitasking from Kripkenstein, keeping their money low while You Would Lose let their money float like crazy. I mean, this is literally a very mechanical situation when you're Widow Mine dropping and defending, or you're defending Widow Mine drops and microing Stalkers. But the Protoss player, just makes some Stalkers and A-click for the win. After you literally failed at your multitasking, you didn't siege your tanks or micro at all. And this guy is like blinking around, he's blinking back weak units, he's diving on exposed tanks. He did accidentally attack his own Stalker there, so a bit of a derp there, no doubt. I think the smack talk from You Would Lose probably throwing the Protoss player off a bit. But Kripkenstein's doing some really advanced micro here. Look how many low Stalkers there are alive. Meanwhile, You Would Lose floating 2k minerals is like, no micro, blink into tanks, who cares? All your stuff is just better. Good job logging in, trash. What? Hold on a second. Blink into tanks, who cares? Your tanks weren't sieged. So of course he's gonna blink into them, because they were literally walking up to the Stalkers or sitting on the edge of the cliff and exposing themselves. If you had your tank here positioned behind the buildings, they wouldn't be able to blink on it without taking massive damage. If you had a tank siege there, and then the Marines standing somewhere in between to just react, you would have crushed it. But you're not using any army control groups. Let's go back to, there's no army control groups. There's one medevac on a control group. This was the Widow Mine drop medevac. Nothing else control group. No siege tank siege. 2,000 minerals. If you guys think about that, 2,000 minerals, 1,800 minerals at the end is what? 30, what is that, 36? 36 Marines. I think if you had 36 more Marines in this game, it may have actually helped you out, mate. A very, very just overly focused on the Widow Mine drop build order from the Terran. Should have been rock solid behind it. But of course, remember, it's because the Protoss just made units that are just better. It's so funny because everything they've said is wrong. Stalkers are objectively one of the worst cost-for-cost units in the entire game. They're only useful if you're blinking in and finding your opponent's weak areas and pulling back weak ones and really using technical engagement skills, which is exactly what Kripkenstein did. I love it. This is just amazing. It's so rare that a player with their rage and balance whining is 100% wrong. Like, it is literally none of that was correct at all. You'd think, you know, a broken clock strikes true twice a day. You'd think you'd get at least something correct, but nope. Literally outplayed in every single area. Can't handle it. GG. All right, well, that last game was a fun way to start the day. Just your race is Imba from the very start. This is unfair. This is unfair. Your race is Imba. I love it, man. Just zero Zero responsibility for the 2,000 minerals floated. And the thing is, like, I've always told people as well, this is so funny, and like coaching people like, oh, I always open up with a Widow Mine drop. And I watch their play, and it's kind of like that Terran where I'm like, but you're floating 2,000 minerals every game. I'm like, why don't you just do something like a Hellion run by, where you just click it in, you kill some probes, it gets cleaned up, and then you go back to macro. And they're like, no, 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 I want a micro Widow Mine drop non-stop for 3 minutes straight, the way I see Maru do it. And I'm like, that's cool, but like, you're actually not capable of doing that. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, you're floating 2,000 minerals. So by looking at the Widow Mine drop, you're doing more damage to yourself than you are to the opponent. It's like, but there's, you know, anyways, we've got Lilium Atratum here in the bottom left of this one. Lilium Atratum. I don't know if that sounds like a Harry Potter spell or some sort of name of like a flower or something. Lilium Atratum. Vacuity in the top right is going, oh, is that 12 pool? If not a 12 pool, I mean, it's 14. It feels like a 12 pool. Feels like the Lings should have already popped out, maybe. They're maybe a few seconds late, but still a very vicious push up against a Protoss that is building their wall. That is not a wall. This is not a wall, guys. There's a hole there. There's a hole there. You can't reach over here with this pylon, and that drone will beat a probe in a fight. Luckily, he's building zealots. Oh my god, there's a hatchery! Offensive hatchery. Okay, so Vacuity is going to be building just nothing but Zerglings and Queens, but has forgot to build Zerglings. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is not gonna work. I don't think. Wait, maybe. I mean, the thing is, if they surround the first zealot, oh no, Lilium forgot the second pylon. The second pylon's so late. There's no cannon down yet. Lilium has to pull more probes to fight this. Has to pull more probes and get a cannon started right now. If you don't have a cannon started, this could really spiral out of control. Luckily for Lilium, Vacuity is not building Zerglings very regularly during this. Every now and then is remembering to do it, but only every now and then. Cannons still haven't started building. Okay, finally a cannon goes down. Okay, the Zealot is in a choke point though. Vacuity, oh, if those Zerglings went around, they could go into the main or something like that. They are fighting here, but look at this. There could have been so many more Lings coming across the map. They're not even rallied. They're just standing there. Vacuity, what are you doing? Oh my god, I love watching low-level rushes, because just things like rally your units to the other side of the map haven't been figured out. Notice the rally point is in the mineral line rather than on the other side of the map. The drone cancels the hatchery and decides to run inside the base. Lilium's like, cool, I'll build an expansion. Cancels the cannon. That seems very risky. You've only got a zealot out, but I guess there's 2 more zealots on the way, and they do pretty well. Extra hatchery goes up in the main base as well right now. We haven't seen any chatter out of these two, have we? Oh, run, Zealot, run! Ah, the Zealot's about to get surrounded. Vacuity, go for it. Okay, Vacuity almost gets the surround, but the Zealot gets back to the choke point. The Zerglings smart enough to not engage there. They could go around the top. They could go around the bottom. They could get into that main base very easily. They're going to try and tear down the production. A valid call, especially with how exposed that gateway is. That gateway is getting melted. Can they get it before the Zealot pops? 3, 2, 1. No, the Zealot's going to pop out. That means there's 4 Zealots on the map right now. The Zerglings. Oh no, half of them are attacking a gateway rather than fighting. They will get the gateway, but they're massively outnumbered right now. These Zerglings are getting massacred. Oh my god, guys, look at the units lost tab. Oh my lord, 20 Zerglings for a probe, a Zealot, and a gateway. Oh, that is horrendous. And there were so many mistakes with Lilium's defense as well. This absolutely should have worked. Now, Lilium's trying to get a full wall here. There is, of course, that opening on the left where the Zealots can hold that choke point. There's a hatchery inside the main base, which Lilium can see, but might not have noticed yet. There's a cannon up here as well. So, I mean, this is rock solid. Behind it, drones are starting. The hatchery is on the way. The Zealots will clean up the hatchery that's proxied inside the main base. What an absolute disaster of a game. Another cannon coming down as well. Lilium will clean up the hatchery in the main. The Zerglings have to pull back. The Zealot cannon combo, of course, pretty damn good at dealing with Zerglings. They could get a surround. Oh, but Lilium once again avoiding the surround. Vacuity's probably going to get a bit frustrated because the Zealots keep microing away from getting surrounded. If you get surrounds on Zealots so they can't micro, Zerglings beat them really efficiently. Like, Zerglings actually kick their butts. That changes a little bit when you get +1 on the Zealots, or you have a whole bunch of Zealots together so they can't get individually surrounded and gunned down. But as it is, check it out. More Zerglings popping out. Looks like the Broodlings killed a Zealot or 2 in the main. I think they killed 1 Zealot in the main. Probes are pulling away, but there's a Stalker here. And the Probes maybe overestimating the strength of just a couple Zerglings in the base, all pulling to the natural. But I love it. The Zerglings getting cleaned up. There's more Zerglings going. What are you doing, Vacuity? Oh, no. I mean, Vacuity is just staring at the front, going 3 hatchery. It's one of those things where it's like you can tell the player doesn't know if it's meant to be a serious assault or just a distraction harassment, because there is no rhyme or reason to it. They're like, oh, I'm just rallying another 14 slow Zerglings across the map, and will assault the wall of cannons. And you're like, wait, sorry, what was that? They're like, here's a pitchfork, go charge the enemy machine gun emplacement. And you're like, don't know if this one adds up, boss. I don't know if this is a good idea. Why are you fighting? Oh my god. Oh my god, you're gonna trade like 13 Zerglings for a Stalker. Oh my gosh. This is not good trading. This is not good trading. It's not hard to recognize. You'd think a player who probably goes 12 pool proxy hatch every game would be a little bit better at judging these fights. Wait. You think an A move is enough in your league? An A move? Lilium's been avoiding the surrounds literally for 5 minutes with the Zealots. And you've been headbutting into choke points with your Zerglings and like attacking gateways while getting them slaughtered and picking bad fights. Like, is this the cognitive dissonance episode? Is this the I mean, to be fair, they're all the reality is what I want it to be rather than what it really is episodes. Let's be real. That's kind of the salt mines in general at this point. It's let's observe and rate some StarCraft players' alternative realities. For this type of play from my opponent, yeah, I think an A move should be enough, says Lilium. Oh my god. And meanwhile, there is a mass Zergling drone attack going around the left of the map. What in the heck is going on right now? This is some of the most appallingly bad play ever. And it's because the drones are on the control group, so it's actually an accident. Spines are rooting it, but the Zealots and the Adepts are just gonna run past. Vicurity's like, oh yeah, let's find out if your A move's enough. The drone's being pulled out of the main, as is the Queen. Oh my lord, this is devastating damage. And you know, if Lilium recalls here, the Zerg is going to have an absolute blood vessel burst in their brain. They're just going to be like, nah, this is not fair. Good fight for Vacuity. First good fight of the game. Actually got us around with overwhelming numbers and crushed it. Is also going link speed. And this seems like a genius plan, right? You've gone spines, piece of static defense, very expensive. Now you're going to mass Zerglings and attack a wall of cannons with Zerglings. Okay, maybe it doesn't add up as much as I'd first implied there. Lilium's like, yeah, macro is actually where I struggle, so I do tend to like to do big A-movie attacks. I love how in low levels, a lot of people, especially that send them to this show, like their opponent's like, you're a piece of crap and you suck. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm not very good, I know. I'm trying to get better though. Like there's something about this sweet innocence of someone trying to hurt your feelings and just being like, oh, I'm not that good. And there we go, Vacuity's just still, yeah, everything is where you struggle. And Lilium's just like, yeah, I kind of do. Like, but I'll just fight it out. Not even attempting to micro the Adepts. I don't know if it's because it sounds like a flower, but I'm imagining Lilium is a she. So she shades back those Adepts. Adepts are definitely mostly she's, I think. Anyways, does lose the third, so not a bad trade for Vacuity. Unfortunately for Vacuity, there's no drones. There's no tech behind it. The saturation absolutely sucks. And there is going to be 1-1 upgrades on these Protoss units. Unfortunately for Lilium, they're making Adepts. They just made Zealots. I think that'd be a much easier path to victory. But interestingly, a Stargate, double Stargate going down. Oh my god, Lilium's pulling out some strats, that's for sure. Has the economy advantage, so losing the third's not the end of the world, but these Adepts, especially pre-Glaives, are not going to do well versus the mass Zergling. If the Zergling gets this around. Not if the Zergling just runs past. Oh man. Okay, the Adepts are shading past. This is a very dangerous move for Lilium right now. Could get surrounded and taken down, but actually with +1 attack, actually that doesn't really help at all for Adepts. +1 attack doesn't help them versus Zerglings. They're going to two-shot them either way. Here we go. Uh-oh, nice cancel on this shade. +1 armor would help though, give them a bit more survivability. Adepts coming on that base. Going to try and shade out of there. I think Lilium's doing pretty good here. And shades backwards as well to try and get out. And this is forcing the drones to run around. The Lings are running back and forth. Vacuity feeling very, very upset right now. I think really struggling. Third base got misplaced, cancelled, and placed in the correct scenario and position. I kind of feel Phoenix. I think we're going to see Phoenix. Yes, it is Phoenix. Okay. Pros like to do like Glaive Adepts into Phoenix, kind of Rotterdam style inspired play. So I think this Lilium might be a Roddy fan. Oh, that Nexus is going to go down. She does cancel at the last second. Very nicely done. A couple of the Zerglings do get sniped there. That third being denied a lot would really cause big problems if Vacuity knew how to build an economy, but Vacuity's still very low on the workers, finally building 10 more drones, trying to get a Spire. You can just kind of see like 4 drones in the main, you've only got, what, 1, 2 gases that are actually mining. It's like hard to even track your own economy when you've got this, like, you don't even have a single full base. The Zergling's gonna get another cancel on the third. Okay, this is getting out of control. Lilium's gonna counterattack. She's gonna go in there. She's got some Adepts coming over trying to defend this base. I don't think she's got enough to take down those Lings, especially if they shade into a surround. Oh no. But these Adepts could do big damage on the other side of the map. More Spines are trying to build. Remember, Adepts can shade past that stuff though. These Adepts actually, oh, the 1-1 upgrades. Oh my god, the 1-1 upgrades. Those Adepts actually beat those Zerglings. I did not think that was going to happen. Wait, more Zerglings are in the main. Vacuity's like, you need more Adepts maybe? Hello? I don't know if this is meant to be like demeaning the opponent's play because they're losing to Adepts, or if Vacuity's legitimately like, oh yeah, you know, if you build more Adepts, you might be able to get it. I think it's meant to be like a snide. Oh wow, you just massing Adepts, aren't you so clever? You're making a unit. This is my favorite go-to excuse. I use this myself as well. It's my opponent just, right? And you can use this excuse whenever you're losing in StarCraft in many different scenarios. It's my opponent just, and you can insert a lot of words there. Attacks. So they just attack. They don't know how to defend. They just attack, attack, attack. They don't even know how to defend. My opponent just makes Adepts, right? Oh, maybe you just need to make more Adepts. Maybe you just need to attack more. Oh, my opponent just knows how to turtle up and play Skytels. My opponent just knows how to turtle into lurkers, right? It's like, it's such a simple thing, but you guys can really, this is like your plug and play excuse for StarCraft. So use this one at home, everybody. It's take the defining feature of your opponent's play. Wow, my opponent's really good at doing burrowed banelings. What you want to do is you want to flush that thinking out of your brain. You want to go, my opponent just knows how to burrow banelings. And you can see how just a little bit of framing those thoughts and sentences can lead you away from the path of self-improvement towards the path of your shit and you didn't deserve this win. Oh, come back, please, says Vacuity. So Vacuity is like, I think they think they're winning because their mutas are up. Please come back with more Adepts. I have mutas, you idiot. Guys, Phoenix's hard counter mutas like nothing else. They literally kill mutas so darn quickly. They kill them in like 6 shots. They obliterate them out of the skies. They can outrange them. They can move and shoot, which mutas cannot do. Mutas are going to fly in on this mineral line, but there is a giant Adept attack going across the map. Phoenixes will come home. The Adepts here taking one for the team, luring the muta attacks away from the probes, buying some time there. The Adepts are going to go in on the front. The Phoenix are back here. 2 Phoenix, more than a match for 4. When you add 10 Phoenix, oh my lord, those mutas get slaughtered. Adepts coming in. Spine's very good versus Adepts, but the Adepts able to shade right on by. And Lilium says, sorry, what was that about those Adepts you wanted to see some more of? Vacuity at this point, I think, is deep in denial. Is like, well, you just A-moved your Adepts. And it's like, no, they literally had to shade past you. That involves an ability, not an A-move. Accidentally picking up an egg. Lilium with the pro gamer move. For those who don't know, eggs have, I think it's like 20 armor, so they take no damage almost. All right, Bronzy. Enjoy the A-move league when your opponent's literally only using Phoenixes and Adepts, units which are almost never A-moved. I love it. Enjoy the A-move league, Bronzy. Is that it? After last week, I keep expecting lots of words that we need to censor to come up, you know, and racism, homophobia, casting aspersions on your opponent's voting habits, you know. Not wasting more time on Bronzies. Okay, you didn't win, but I'm just not gonna like even waste my time. I'm not even gonna dignify you with more of my time. I don't even have the time to finish winning this game. I could still win it with my 16 drones and 29 supply versus 125 supply. But I just don't have, I'm not even gonna like waste my time. You're just, yeah, get out of here. All right, well, into game 3, and oh my lord, I think I'm going to be cheering for this player down here. It's a seductive pig. The best kind of pig, guys, because when I think about pigs as an animal, I think seductive. Yeah. All right, in the top right, we got Testicle, the Protoss player. Good luck, have fun. Does seductive imply bacon? Actually, yeah, that is probably the most seductive part of a pig that I could actually think of. It's the food-related products, for sure. Pork crackling, roast pork, bacon, many other types of sausage and cured meat products. Some of that really expensive Spanish jamon that they cure for bloody years, and they feed them acorns and all sorts of stuff. You know, the sort of stuff that, yeah, Nicolas Cage's piggy in that pig movie would have probably been made into if it went that way. Anyways, Testicles going Gateway Gas Scout. It seems like it might be a high-level match just because the Protoss opening seems super solid so far. And the Zerg seems to have gone a reasonably well-timed... actually, that's kind of late for a 16. Okay, yeah, probably like Platinum, Diamond, something. Maybe Diamond League. I'd say Diamond League. APM's kind of low for Diamond, but not that much has happened yet, so they might just not be spammers. You never know, right? Testicle going for a bit of a scouty scout. It's going to be a hatch into a gas and then a spawning pool. Yeah, Seductive Pig's a little slow on the opening. Interesting that they didn't respond at all, though, to the early game chatter. Now, there's two types of players, right? When they don't respond to anything, no good luck, have fun, no response to banter. One is they're just like focused on the game and they don't even see the chat. That's me when I'm streaming a lot of the time because I'm like reading my Twitch chat on my second monitor. I've literally had people come up to me at events and they're like, oh, why do you never respond? You never say good luck, have fun. Like, you know, you never respond to it when I ask you questions. And I'm like, really? You've asked me questions? They're like, yeah, we've played dozens of times. I like ask you questions regularly. I'm like, oh, I literally am looking at my second monitor. So that is a possibility. More likely, it's because the person's already on the train to Tilt Town. And just the thought of interacting with their enemy, their mortal enemy, makes them absolutely mad. Now, that drone did end up getting that probe kill, by the way. So that's a very good start. It's going to make Seductive Pig feel pretty good about this one. Seductive Pig may be mad. We don't know. Testicle's going to chrono in Adept. Looks like she's probably going to play Stargate, I would imagine. Delaying Warp Gate, but it's going to be not the fastest Stargate. We'll see exactly. Maybe walling off with it. Either way, double Queen's on the way. Ling speed can start up here. Seductive Pig maybe a little slow on getting that Ling speed and pulling off gas. But the Overlord sees the expansion, sees that all is normal so far. Warp Gate does start up after that Stargate, and a second Adept on the way as well. But no chrono on the second Adept, so this is a much more defensive early game from the Protoss. You'll notice chronos on the probes. It's going to try and get a second gateway to complete the wall off as well. She's waiting for that 150 minerals. There we go. Oh no, that's not a wall off test. There's an opening there. That gateway could be down one space. I'm pretty damn sure. I'm pretty sure that gateway can go down one space. Oh no. So there's an opening there that she knows about, and there's an opening there that I don't think she knows about. Maybe she realizes and puts another structure there to complete the wall off. Either way, she's got a third Adept on the way. She's going to do a double Adept pressure, and it looks like she's just waiting to get 150 minerals, 150 gas, so she can power up that Oracle. Not rallying it across the map just yet. Meanwhile, Seductive Pig hasn't built a single Zergling. Is going for a super fast Roach Horn, maybe doing some sort of Roach Rush, but no Zerglings, and also no Overlord vision on the map, so they don't see the Adepts until now. Oh man, 2 Adepts can absolutely tear you up. If you skip on Zerglings, you should have at least 8 Zerglings against this. They start up now, but it's a little bit late, and the Queens have not moved to intercept. Oh my god, Seductive Pig not reacting at all. If the drones get us surrounded, it could be okay, but the Adepts, oh, they get in behind the mineral line where they can't get surrounded. The drones need to get out of there. The Queen running as well. And then going straight back to mining. But the Zerglings and the Queen here, this could be way worse. Okay, Tess hasn't really capitalized as much as she could have. She's got 3 drones, but the Lings are on top of it. If she gets out, that would be very nice. The Adept's trapped up against the wall. The Ling's getting some damage, and one of them, oh, almost goes down. But wait, no, she shades into the natural, and she's going to take out another 2 workers. 5 drones in total and mining time. That was pretty effective damage, especially because Seductive Pig isn't injecting during it, isn't spending their money, is floating 1,000 minerals. Now, she was also floating about 1,000, but she's got a third coming up behind this. So I'd say the Protoss players come out of this on top for sure. She's going Twilight Council, Gate, Robo. She's resuming probing. So she's playing pretty solid right now, but it's only 2 bases for the Zerg. No third base, no signs of spending the money. So it feels like, whilst a little bit vulnerable to counterattacks, as Testicle is, you know, this Adept isn't really in the wall. There is an opening there. A Ling Flood could do big damage because of those little lack of attention to detail. She's getting some stasis traps. She's got a second Oracle to help defend. Like, you know, she's adding the tech. She's progressing. Whereas Seductive Pig is, like, floating more and more money the longer this game goes. Has blocked their own gas geyser with their spawning pool. Look at that. Oh, no, they should really be microed to mine from the inside. Why Protoss always cheese? Wait. Like a minute and a half, a minute after the Adepts arrive and do damage, you're like, this is why Seductive Pig, isn't spending their money. They're so angry that whole time that they're just like, why Protoss always? There's literally not even a very fast 2 Adept pressure. A very fast one would have been Cybercore before Nexus, so 20 core, then 20 Nexus, then chronoing the Adepts twice. This was Nexus before core and only a single chrono in Adepts. It hit about 25 seconds, 30 seconds later than it could have. And it's one of the most standard pokes / scouting maneuvers in the entire game. Seductive Pig not spending their money. Oh my god. And they've got like no vision, no scouting, no interacting right now. They're just sitting there. And now the Oracle's flying. Testicle is doing massive economic damage. Seductive Pig doesn't, oh my god, is not reacting properly at all. Is running, the Queen needs to fight, but doesn't know how to micro the drones and the Queen separately. Oh my lord. Seductive Pig is getting absolutely annihilated here. This is cheese, bro. It's 6 minutes. The first Oracle can arrive at about 3:45 to 3:50 if it's really, really quick. For those who don't know, it's 6 minutes. So 2 Oracles could easily be flying in 4:30, 5 minutes. Say your lower league, 5:30. It's 6 minutes. This is a super standard macro build. Absolutely it is. Testicle. I would actually say for this league, it's almost a greedy build because you're doing harassment, but you've got very little like set units that you're building behind it, right? It's just 1 adept, 1 immortal and stuff. Like, I would say for the lower leagues, this is like a greedy build. Yeah, because you're just kind of relying on the harassment to keep the opponent back. But Seductive Pig, if Seductive Pig at any point just builds a few bases, spends their money, they'd be fine. But they're not doing that. The Hydras walk out right past the Oracle. Nah. I love this. Seductive Pig's like, no! If you attack me, it's cheese. This is cheese, bro. And this is the funniest thing ever, right? Because I have so many new players. They're always messaging me like, how can I improve Pig? Like, you know, it's really hard because I watch your builds, but when I play, I just get cheesed every game. And I'm always like, no. What you think is cheese in your games is hitting at the same times as the tiny harassment that I just wave my hand at and flick away. And they're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, go check your replays. Trust me. Look at the actual time. Just fix your basics and like, you will get better. And they're like, there's always people like, no, they're all cheesing me. They hit me with a battle cruiser at 4 minutes, man. And I always look at the game and I'm like, it's 7 minutes. That's, do you know how long that difference is between 4 and 7 minutes in a game of StarCraft? And there's always like, nah, well, they normally hit that early. I'm like, it's not physically possible to get a battle cruiser out at 4 minutes. They're like, well, maybe 4:30. I'm like, still, that's literally, I guarantee you've never run into that on the ladder. That's almost impossible. No, this is straight cheese. Lol, I don't think you know what that term means, says Testicle. Seductive Pig says, it's what you're doing right now. Testicle says harass. So, oh my god, I just got the name Testicle. Oh, here I was like, it's Tess. She likes tickling people. Oh, I've been saying it for 8 minutes and it just clicked. Holy crap. Give me an out of 10 rating in the comments. And be honest. How did anyone also, is anyone out there as stupid as me? Please make me feel less alone. But otherwise, out of 10 rating on how smart you guys think I am. And how good I am at reading people's names. So I was like, oh, her name's Tess. She likes a bit of a tickle. Ha, what a cute name. Of course the internet's tricked me again, and it's literally Testicle. Oh, god damn it. Anyway, so she's going for like, hey, look, harass. Cheese would be like a charge all in at 4:30. So here she is using her technical knowledge. But Seductive Pig, I think, is much more in the money. And this is where Testicle, okay, it's cool. You've submitted a game of someone raging versus you. This is all fun. Let's be real. Seductive Pig is right. Cheese is rushing flying units and 0 skill winning. So you might be like, but Pig, what does that even mean? 0 skill winning, rushing flying units. These are vague terms. I would say, no. Let's remember, guys, if you ever go on StarCraft Reddit, you can find these definitions from the true people that define what things mean in StarCraft. And cheese is something that happens that you don't want to happen. People would say that's vague, and I would say no, it's just an individual, it depends on who you are. So if your opponent does anything in StarCraft that annoys you, irritates you, frustrates you, or is something that you don't want to deal with, then they were cheesing you, bro, and therefore it doesn't count. You just got cheese. You didn't lose a straight up game, you got cheese. A slow Zergling Hydralisk Nidus popping out at 9 minutes. One of the baddest attacks I've ever seen in my life. The Zealots and Archons are actually getting quite choked up, but the Archons are slaying in their way. Is Storm done? No way! Storming the Hydras as well. Oh my god. Tess absolutely rips that one down. She tickles that Nidus down. God, I hate brain dead Protoss players. Oh my god. This is the greatest thing ever. Seductive Pig going, yeah, I hate you, brain dead Protoss players. You've got 4,000 minerals. If you weren't so busy beating yourself, you actually have chances to win. You've had so many chances to get back in this game. Testicle's like, you should probably just get better, or I don't know, watch a guide maybe. I don't know, like you know, you could try to improve rather than being like game unfair, world unfair. I gotta say, I don't know about you all. I'm on Seductive Pig's side. I think Testicle, she's a bit of an idiot. She's like, oh, watch your video, watch your guide, play the game properly. Oh, respect actually living. I'm a Seductive Pig. I've been playing for 2 weeks. It is my God-given right to complain about the game being unfair, your faction being easier and stupid, and you're cheesing. Cheese is for losers. Testicle's like, this isn't cheese. Yeah, it is. It's for losers. Watch pigs beat a GM, says Testicle. Seductive Pig's like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what a pig is. She's like, well, you're a pig. You should know. She's having a bit of a laugh as she storms his face off. And, you know, all jokes aside, classic 0 skill Protoss, says the player with 3,300 minerals in the bank. I have 4 bases, 73 probes, plus 2 attacks, Psystorm, Immortal, Sentries, Archons. How is that cheese? Poop toss, says Seductive Pigs. Poop toss? Either that or you're smurfing. Seductive Pig is bringing out all the stops. When your opponent's like, they give you all these technical, like Ben Shapiro style bloody arguments, like, oh, well, technically. And there's always one way to beat that, and that's to say, you're a poop toss, you smell bad, your face is dumb. And that is absolutely the way to do it. I like it, I really do. Either that or you're smurfing, which is even more pathetic. Watch replay. Oh, Tess gets that one in at the very end. And that always is the one where it's like your opponent's just saying all this crazy stuff and making all these excuses, and like, you're cheating, or maybe you're smurfing. You're definitely cheesing. You're using unfair units. Protoss is classic no skill. You're a poop toss. That's when you know you've hit peak argument logic. You know you're winning the argument when you resort to you're a poop toss. Testicle's just like, watch the replay, bro. And that 100% I think might be a checkmate there from Testicle. We've got a lot of players today who seem to be defeated before the game starts. And I think, all jokes aside, I want to finish this show as we watch that last minute again by giving you guys a bit of my thoughts, and that is the fact that you've got to remember that it's fun sometimes to complain, to throw away responsibility, hang out in a Twitch chat or a Reddit and shit post about, oh, their race is easy, their strategy's dumb. But if you actually truly start to believe that and you let in your brain, your ladder sessions might start to look like these 3 players that we've had today, all playing against Protoss players, and every single one of them has, from the start of the game or from the first engagement, just been absolutely tilted off the face of the earth. Like, this isn't fair. This is unfair. Your faction's easier. Ah! And that sort of mentality, I can tell you, it leads to you floating 4,000 minerals while you're too busy typing in chat. Oh my God. Don't let the cancer into your brain, guys. Don't let it in there. The moment you let yourself get convinced and focus on something like this, a perceived imbalance or their thing's better than mine, it's toxic. It's gonna take over your brain. Winning, losing, it doesn't matter. It's gonna rob you of the joys of victory, because you're gonna be like, oh, that was way too hard. It was so hard to beat that unfair Protoss. It will literally ruin your playing experience, and every single loss will be tainted by it. You'll never be able to improve, and you will very quickly become a worse player because every loss will not be your fault. Anyway, I hope you underhumans enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to get out there and vote for certain politicians. I don't know. I forgot to talk about underhumans this episode. I can't believe it. Anyways, hopefully you can send your replays in for the next episode, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Send your replays, links down below. If you run into salty weirdos on the internet, the more unique and freakish, the better. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see other Rage videos, check out some of the other ones on the screen where you can see people absolutely lose their shiz. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to support the Patreon. Links down below in the description. We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and good night.